Another great conference game, and the one thing that I told our guys after the game is that when you play in conference play and you've got off to a great start as we have, you're going to get everybody's best shot. I gave them an example of when you talk about 2 weeks ago, Northeastern beat Delaware probably, I would say, in the 30s to the 40s, and then obviously Northeastern went to Delaware and they beat them. And I told our guys, I said, you know, the thing about you, because you got off to a great start, you got to do a good job of not worrying about the name on the front of the jersey and just going out and play. I give Drexel a lot of credit. I thought they came out with a lot of energy. I thought they played fast. They played our game, which was great for us. I thought at the end we did a tremendous job on the offensive end. I thought we shared the ball, especially in the second half when you look at it. I thought we were able to get some turnovers and to get some runouts. And I didn't think we particularly played great as far as shooting the ball tonight. But that's what you got to find a way to win. And I thought in the second half our defense did a great job winning the game. I wanted to yell at every player on my roster at the end of the game when I looked at the rebounding, and then I realized Devontae had all of the rebounds, so there were none to be gotten. So he did a tremendous job. I mean, when you think about what that kid did, I mean, just 24 rebounds in a game. I think in my career, probably even rec league or whatever, I might have 24 total for the year. So that's pretty impressive. I'm happy with where this team's at. We're playing very good basketball. Saturday games in this league are always going to be tough because you got such a quick turnaround. But I'm excited about this team, and we got to take a couple days off because it's been a long, at least Sunday off, and go light on Monday, and then obviously start preparing for James Madison.
Kevin, you were kidding about Devontae and everything, but in the run that got you the 12 points, two other guys had offensive boards in there. I mean, it seemed like whenever you needed a board, somebody else went and got it if it wasn't Devontae. How important was it for your guys to rebound all the way across the board? I know the numbers were 4, 3, 3, 2.
Yeah, you know, and I'm assuming, and I'm thinking back at it, I think it was probably Chris and also C.J. Bryce who got in there and mixed it up.
I think Ambrose actually.
And Ambrose will surprise you with a couple of rebounds every now and then. I say that he had 5 last game, but we got some guys that will go in there and rebound the basketball. We started getting paint touches and we started getting offensive rebounds in the paint that made things a lot easier for us.
Because you talked about Jalen Fornes a little bit. He did more of the same he's done in the last couple games. But today he did a little bit more. Is this a sign of him maybe getting a few more minutes each game?
He's coming. And, you know, he's earning every minute that I give him in practice. He is coming. I told somebody the other day, the weird thing about it is there's 2 really good freshmen in this league that nobody knows about. And one of them is Jalen Fornes, the other one is Jalen McManus. That's at Casa Charleston. Reason being is because they both have good players. With us, we got some veteran guys playing in front of them. And you're going to see him as the year go along. He's going to get better. But you'll see next year when he comes out of nowhere, people will be like, man, where did this kid come from? He's good. Now, he cannot guard me still. And I say that in all honesty because him and I play a lot of one-on-one. And the day he starts guarding me, his minutes will go up more. But I'm happy for Jalen. You know, he's playing good ball. He's working hard in practice. And he's earning those minutes. And they'll go up. They will.
What is it about knowing when to, because he seems to come in tight games and he seems to make a pass, make a bat. What is it about knowing the right moment to put him in?
Well, I'm a coach. I mean, I got a great feel. I mean, thank you for throwing me that softball. So I mean, that's the best softball I had. I mean, I'm the conductor of this train, so I know. You know, no, it's you know, you like to have great energy off the bench. And I thought Jordan did a good job. I thought Jaquel came off the bench and did a good job. You know, the last few games I've done a better job of kind of developing their bench. I shouldn't say I've done a better job. They've done a better job in practice earning those minutes. You know, the starters were beating guys really bad in practice. You know, at the beginning of the year, now that gap's closing down, and those guys are starting to play better basketball.
You started on 2 of 12 from 3-point, and I guess it was about the 8-minute mark. Chris started attacking the basket a little bit more. Is that something that we just instinctually, hey, the perimeter shots aren't going down, let's do something else, or was that something that you kind of instructed them to do?
Well, it's a touchy situation for me because, as you guys know, as long as they play defensively, I give them tremendous offensive freedom without them taking horrible shots. And you don't want to, you know, we're a three-point shooting team, and you don't want to take that away. But when we're not shooting it well, you know, I do need to, you know, I'll run a play and say, on this play, I want you to make sure you rip drive, get a paint touch, and all that stuff. And I thought he started driving the ball. Jordan Talley is the guy that we got that should live in the paint all the time. What makes him different, he's different than Denzel and Jaquel and Ambrose, because those guys are jump shooters. He's a driver and a facilitator, and we need more of that from him. He gives us a different dimension. But to answer your question, when we're not shooting it well, I will run something to obviously get some paint touch and try to get to the rim and try to get to the free throw line.
C.J. Bryce had all of his points in the second half. How important was it for him to be able to get going and pull away?
You know what, it's funny because I was not yelling, but I was on my assistant coaches today. I didn't think C.J. Bryce was going to have a good game today. Here's why. He didn't have a good shoot-around. Nothing that he did wrong, but his shoot-around, he wasn't sharp. And I told those guys, I was like, man, I don't think he's going to have a good game today. And I was almost right in the first half. And then the second half, he started becoming very aggressive. You know, it's weird when you've been around a guy and CJ for a couple of years, and then obviously Denzel and them, you kind of know who's playing well and who's doing things well, and I'm learning these guys about who's going to play well in certain situations. And I thought he was great the second half. He made that big pull up in the paint that kind of got him going a little bit.
Kevin, I know it's January still, but the outside influences are starting to come on. You're 19-2. You're on the cusp of a poll for the first time. How do you keep the outside with a group that has no idea what it's getting itself into?
Well, I mean, you know, I'm pretty good at keeping these guys in the moment. Like, you guys will think that, you know, I'll come in on Monday and it'll be rah-rah. I mean, we're going to get after it on Monday because I'm able to take this tape and, you know, even though we played a great game, we scored 87 points, we shot 45%. But as a coach, I'm going to pick out some things that we need to work on, and we're going to stay in the moment and all that other stuff. I got guys that, I'm not going to lie to you and say, I got guys that don't read Twitter. I'm not going to tell you that. They know what's going on. But I honestly, I never talk about it. The weird thing about it is, for the first time this year, I congratulated Devontae Kaycock for his accomplishment in rebounding the basketball. I've never, in front of the group, congratulated one guy for being player of the week. I let them read about it, I let them retweet it, I let them do all of that other stuff, but I don't say anything about it. So I won't ever say anything about the polls, if we're 28, we're 29, and all that stuff. I'll let you guys do that, and they'll read it, and they'll retweet it, and their girlfriends will retweet it, and parents will retweet it, but we will stay in the moment, you know.
Understanding that you don't talk about it and you
Yeah.
are staying in the moment. Kevin, I mean, in your mind, how many wins maybe it might take to ensure that maybe if something bad happens in the tournament, that you can figure you're going to get an at-large bid?
You know, I don't know. I mean, listen, I can only control what we can control. We're going to try to win as many games, and we're going to try to take one game at a time, and we'll live whatever the results are. But, you know, I can't, I'm not the committee. I'm a basketball team. It's a lot of good basketball teams out here. We just want to control what we can control, and we'll live whatever the results are.
Coach, you were talking about the polls a second ago. This team's on the cusp of making it to the USA Today poll for the first time ever. The program's never done that. What kind of honor would that be?
Well, I think it's an honor for the hard work that's been put into the program. I think it's more rewarding for the community and the fans and the students because they've gotten behind this program a little bit. For our guys, you know, obviously they'll be happy. For me, I'm excited for everybody else, but I understand that there are polls and they change every week. And you know, it's you know, if we're not in the top 25, I don't care. If we are, I still don't care. We still got to play the game on Thursday. I mean, it's weird, you know. And it's flattering. I'm happy for this community. I'm happy for this school. This is a great university, and if we can, you know, obviously, if it helps with enrollment and it helps for everything else, then I'm excited about it.
Coach, thank you.